going to discuss about the previous class. Is matter pure? So in the previous class we have discussed about the solutions. So what is the solution? We said the two components mainly when a solute and solvent are going to be mixed. Then we will call it as a solution. Coming to that, the two main components are solute and solvent. What are the two components? Solute and solvent. So here the solute particles will have a lesser in quantity. What will be there? Lesser in quantity. And the solvent particles will have a larger in quantity. So previous class we have discussed about. So solutions. How can we define a solution? So some solutions will have a particular property. So that are the properties. Here the properties of solutions is nothing but when a solution is in the solution we cannot see the solute particles with a naked eye. With our eyes we cannot see the solute particles which are dissolved in a solution. Another property is nothing but we cannot pass any beam of light through the solution. So the light cannot pass through the solution. Another interesting point is nothing that when a solution in a solution the solute particles do not distributed. They cannot settle down. When they did not distributed, they cannot be settled down at the top of any beaker or anything. Whatever the solution you are preserving in the solute particles cannot be settled down. So these are the three main properties. What are the properties? The solute particles cannot be seen through naked eye. And we cannot scatter. Beam of light. And another thing, solute particles do not settle when undisturbed. These are the three main properties of the solutions. So coming to that, we can say that solutions are of mainly having these three properties. Basing on these three properties, we can decide whether the solution is a pure or not pure solution. So concentrated solutions. Coming to concentrated solutions, these concentrated solutions mainly depends upon the solute particles. The amount of solute particles mainly depending upon the solute particles. If we take a solution, if we are going to take a large amount of solute particles, then we can say that the solution is concentrated. What we can say that? Concentrated solutions. If we take a large amount of solute particles in a solvent, dissolving in a solvent, then we can say that are concentrated solution. For example, dilute solutions, we can say less amount means dilute solutions. If you are going to take a solid particles less in quantity, what we say? Less in quantity. If you are going to say here you are taking for 10 ml of water, you are taking 15 grams of sugar. Here the quantity of sugar how much? More than the solvent particles. Then we can say that the solution is a concentrated solution. Why? Because here the solute particles are very high in nature. Coming to that, we are taking a dilute solution. If we are taking for the 10 ml of water, the amount of solute particles may be 7 grams salt or sugar. Then the solution will be called as a dilute solution. If the amount of solute particles is high, then we can say that the concentrated solutions. Whereas coming to the less in quantity, then we can say that dilute solutions. In the same manner, we can decide the solubility depending upon the solute particles and according to the temperature. So solubility is nothing but when the solute particles which are dissolving at a certain saturated level, saturated solution, the solute particles which are dissolved at dissolve in saturated solutions. So what is solubility? The amount of solid particles which dissolve in saturated solutions at a certain temperature is called solubility. So here how depending upon, according to the solubility, here depending upon the amount of solute particles and particular certain temperature we are deciding the solubility. So here we are deciding about the solubility. In this case at that saturated solutions. What is that? Saturated solutions. So let us discuss about saturated solutions. So saturated solutions means, I will tell you a simple example to understand that you are going to take a, for example, you are going to take a 1 cup of water, which is normal water. You are adding a sugar. What you are adding? Sugar to it. Sugar. You add a 1 spoon of sugar and stir it until the sugar dissolves completely. And add one more spoon. Add one more spoon until you are adding. While you are adding, the sugar crystal should be dissolved. So at particular stop, at a particular point, the sugar does not dissolve. So the point at which the sugar is not going to be dissolved at certain temperature. Such type of solutions we call as unsaturated solutions. So coming to the unsaturated, these are called saturated solutions. In the same manner, we are having unsaturated solutions. So we are going here, we are taking that particular temperature, at a certain temperature, normal water we have taken. In the same manner, what you are going to take here, you are keeping some temperature to the water. What you are taking? At least you are keeping 5 or 6 degrees temperature to the water solution. Then it will require more number of sugar crystals which can dissolve the solution. Solvent can dissolve, water can dissolve more number of sugar crystals. So such type of solutions we call that as unsaturated solutions. What we can say that? Unsaturated solutions. How can we say that? The solute particles which can be dissolved at the less than the saturated solutions, at a certain temperature is called as unsaturated solutions. So let us see what are the factors affecting the solubility or dissolving. So if you are going to take any solution, so what are the main components to dissolve any solute particles or solubility? So for example, I am taking here 3 test tubes. How many test tubes? 3 test tubes. 3 test tubes are filled with some ml of 3 ml of water. So in the 3 test tubes we added 2 spoons of salt. So we are going to take 3 test tubes right now. So in the 3 test tubes we have taken water. So here also we add sugar, salt, and so in the first test tube you keep it like this. No, do not disturb any test tube. And in the next test tube you stir it with a spoon or something else. Okay, stir with it. And third one, keep some heat. What will keep? Keep some heat. So what do you observe here? So while you are keeping without disturbing this test tube, the salt particles cannot dissolve easily, completely mixture dissolve. Only few particles will be dissolved. Then the spoon, when you are going to stir with the spoon, then you can observe most of the particles will be dissolved. Coming to the third one, you can observe that while you are heating, the salt particles will be completely dissolved. So what is the depending here? Mainly when the solubility depends upon the temperature. While you are giving the temperature, it depends upon the solubility nature is going to be increases. Coming to the while stirring also, the solubility particles, the solubility of the nature can be increases. So what are the 3 main factors? Temperature, again one stirring. These are the main factors which are used for a solubility of a solid solute particles in a solutions. So we have seen that what are the factors involving in the solubility nature. So if you are going to find out any solubility of a solution, you can find out. If the solubility is given in the, if a solute particles and solvent particles in a grams for a 100 ml of grams or 100 ml of solution, you can define how the solubility is going on. So for example, if you are going to take the solute particles in a grams, then you can find out the solubility. So solubility equals to mass of solute by mass of solution into 100. In the same manner, if you are going to take in solution in a grams, not in a grams, you are going to take in a milliliters. Then you can see that in the same process, mass of solute by volume of solutions. So until now, these are the for you according to your standards. These are the main two important formulas to find out the solubility. So by using these two formulas, you can find out the solution which is having some solute particles. You can find out the solubility of the solutions. Thank you.